What's up, guys? So today I want to give you an update and some bad news regarding the lawsuit that I told you about. I'm being sued by Mr. Darnell Williams for my website not being ADA compliant, and I am not alone. There are actually a bunch of companies that Mr. Darnell Williams and his law firm are suing. That is pretty standard when it comes to these types of lawsuits. For those of you who had no idea what I'm talking about, there's this new thing that is happening, and it's basically in my opinion, the modern day ambulance chaser, where these attorneys, their only business is suing small business owners for ADA compliance. And so the way that it typically works, from what I understand and my experience, is these attorneys will basically find somebody who is visually impaired, and then they will say, hey, would you like to be the plaintiff on, a lawsuit? Your rights are being violated by this company. And then the guy goes, yeah, sure, I'll be the plaintiff. And then they file the lawsuit, and then they keep filing lawsuits. And the same person is basically suing, a bunch of people, a bunch of different websites, a bunch of different small business owners. And that is, unfortunately, one of the biggest games in town now. The rate of people being sued in small businesses and websites, e-commerce websites being sued now versus a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago is ridiculous. It is one of the biggest things out there. And why? Is because it's easy money. It's easy money because most people that get sued, they don't want to fight it. They don't want to basically take this all the way to court. They don't want to basically spend the money. Getting sued is scary and it's expensive. And as you've heard a million times, the only person that wins in a lawsuit are the attorneys, right? Well, most companies, they don't want a big legal battle. And the truth is that, from what I understand, and in my opinion, these attorneys and these plaintiffs, they don't want that either. They just want to serve you and get you to be scared and show you, hey, this is where your website wasn't compliant, but we'll settle. If you don't want to go through the hassle, we will withdraw the claim and the suit if you pay us, basically. And this is the amount of money that we want in terms of damages. And if you pay us, we will basically withdraw the claim, and we all just basically go about our business. It's basically like legalized extortion, in my opinion. And I am not going to talk bad about these people. I am not going to disparage anybody, because I believe in karma. I believe in karma, and that makes me sleep better. Before I go on with the story, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your support over the years with Pete and Pedro. Thank you for everything that you have given me. Thank you for being there for me when I've had bad things happen. Thank you so much for being my friend. And thank you basically just for being so damn incredible, which is why this video is even harder for me to do. Real quick, if you are interested in supporting myself or my business, I got a deal for you that is pretty crazy. All right, to say thank you and to also help me get rid of some inventory and raise a little bit of money, I'm going to give you this deal for $20. All three of these products, $20 if you go through the special link down below. You are going to get a sea salt spray. You are going to get a texture powder, one of my favorite hair products right now. All you got to do is sprinkle a little bit in, mess it up, right? It is an incredible product that if you haven't tried it, you need it. Best product out there, in my opinion. And then also the Bold shampoo. It is a bourbon shampoo that is rich, that is manly, that is amazing. All three of these guys, $20. 20 bucks, all three. If you're interested, hit the link down below. Thank you in advance. Thank you for everything. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have to make this video. So anyway, I got sued. I will link to that video down below. And when I got sued, it was like somebody ran over my cat. It was so hard for me emotionally to wrap my brain around what was happening, considering the fact that I did everything that I knew to do. I pay thousands of dollars a year for the accessibility website widget on my website so that it is accessible to everybody. And so I knew that this was an issue. I knew that this was a potential problem. And so I took preventative measures, I thought, in basically spending thousands of dollars a year to make my website accessible to everybody. From what I've come to realize, that really doesn't matter, because there are 3 scans that these attorneys will do on your website that basically will give you a score in these different areas. And then based on your score, and really it has to do with screen reading software, they're going to determine whether or not you are somebody that they should sue or not. And so most companies, and the other thing you have to understand is it is 100% impossible to make your website 100% ADA bulletproof. It's impossible, all right? Anytime you update anything, you've got to change things. Anytime you upload a picture, you've got to make sure there's alt text. And if you've got a big, robust website, it's literally an exercise in futility. And so what these companies do is try to get some way to work around that or to solve the problem, which is this accessibility software. And so I had it. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter. And what I've come to realize is that having that is actually making you a bigger target, from what I understand. And the reason is because these attorneys will actually find companies that have the widget and think that you basically think you've got it covered. And so they think, they think they're doing everything right. And so they run the scan, and of course, you're not going to have 100% in these different areas on the website, and it literally takes 3 seconds, and then for like a few $100s, they can basically file a lawsuit, and then they drop it on your lap, and it's like, okay, pay me. And so this is what happened to us, but I'm not alone. This is an epidemic. And when I think about how disgusting I feel it is to do this, I know that it's only going to get worse, because there needs to be reform done from a very high level in order to stop this. But there is widespread abuse going on, in my opinion, and it's sick. When you start going after the small business owners in the world, like, we got a problem. We have a fundamental problem, and we have a problem. Owning a business is really hard. Taking a risk, taking a chance is scary. And everything with small business has gotten harder. Over the course of the past, 3-4 years, it's gotten so incredibly much harder. Everything from inventory requirements to packaging to cost to tariffs to everything. It's gotten brutal. And then combine that with the fact that there are people out there that are just looking to basically get a quick cash out by scaring you, knowing that you're probably not going to want to fight this to the end, take this to court, knowing that you're not going to want to go through the process and the headache, because it's long and it's expensive, and it's cheaper, quicker, easier just to say, fine, here's some money, go away, let's move on. And so I was served with one of these lawsuits, and when I did that video that I posted, it was me being very emotional, and the thing that I talked about in that video is that I've got to fight it. I can't roll over. I can't just give somebody who, in my opinion, doesn't deserve anything. It just felt criminal to me, and it felt like settling and just giving somebody money who, in my opinion, doesn't deserve it. It just feels wrong. But then some time passed, and I started thinking about something that my grandfather said to me 30 years ago. My grandfather was an entrepreneur, and I used to work for him on the weekends, and he used to talk to me about business and life. And one of the things that he said to me that I will never forget was, in business, you can either feed your ego or your family, but you can't do both. And what this basically means is that sometimes you've got to make hard decisions. You are going to choose to be prideful and to try to basically do what your ego is telling you to do. And if you do that, it's going to cost your family food, so to speak. or you can choose to feed your family and basically put your ego in check. And when I think about how I started this and the fact that I was planning on fighting it to the end, which was going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, potentially, jury trial, all that, and years. Like, this literally could take years. When I started thinking about that, it started to not seem like such a great idea. And then I got an email from my attorney. Actually, he called me, said, hey, we got the demand letter from this other attorney, and they're willing to basically settle this claim for this amount of money. And I said, no. I said, no, I'm not doing it, right? And he said, okay, well, think about it. I said, fine, but I'm not doing it, right? And so then I started thinking about it a little bit more, and I started thinking about what my grandfather said, knowing that I could basically settle this thing, pay somebody some money, and be able to walk away and move on. And so what I ended up doing was calling my attorney back. I said, no, I won't do it for that amount, but I will allow you to basically negotiate up to this dollar amount. And if they take that, then I will settle. And they took it, and we're settling. And it was a very sad decision for me. It was sad because I feel it is an injustice, in my opinion. It is sad because I feel like it's wrong. And I'm a very principled individual. If you guys don't know anything about me, or you haven't learned anything about me, like, I try to walk the walk. I try to do what is right as opposed to what is easy. And I have never, ever tried to screw anybody out of anything, ever. But in the back of my head, I kept hearing my grandfather say, feed your ego or feed your family. And I also believe in karma. And so the other reason why I'm sad is because I've got to tell you that I didn't do something that I said I was going to do. Even though I think if you were in my position, you may choose or have chosen to make the same decision I made, I still feel like I've let you down. And I feel like I've let myself down. And it's embarrassing, honestly. But sometimes I guess you got to take the L and choose to feed your family. And so I'm making this video. I could have not said anything about this and just kind of like let it go, but I felt like that wouldn't be fair to you, and it wouldn't be fair to our relationship. And there's probably a life lesson in here somewhere that a few of you might need to learn. And so I felt like I needed to just be a man and tell you what I chose to do, because it was the right decision, I feel, for me. Do I feel like it's fair? Nope. Do I feel like it's right? Absolutely not. But I feel like, given the situation and the potential outcome and what was going to be involved, it was better for me to choose peace of mind and sanity and be able to move forward, fixing and figuring the shit out that I need to worry about and figure out with my business. And so I hope you understand. I hope you're not too disappointed in me, and I hope you still, respect me. But I just wanted to let you know what happened and the outcome to that. And I just want to say I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm sorry for disappointing those of you who I may be disappointed, but it was the right decision, I feel. Anyway, love you guys, and thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your support. And I did my best, and I can stand up tall and hold my head up knowing that I live my life with honor and integrity, and I do the right thing, even when the right thing is not fun or easy. And I hope you do the same. Guys, thank you. I love you. And like I said, if you want to support me, there's a link down below. Guys, thank you. Thanks for everything.